Good afternoon, everybody. We're the Obsolete Punx. Timmy, Losty, Hood. Um, Final installment of our very first family tree segment. This song by the Falcon is called Building the Perfect Asshole Parade or Scratching Off the Fleas. Um, we've
Isn't that the name of your sex tape?
we've meandered our way through 5 other songs to get to where we are right now. Losty, since this is your family tree here, do you want to kind of give one last explanation how we got here?
Sure. Sure. We're actually somewhat back where we started, surprisingly, which is
Full
what
circle.
makes this such a weird tree. But in the Falcon, we have many, many people. They are a four-piece, but there's been many members over the years. They're somewhat of a punk rock super group, if you will. So from Slapstick, you had Dan Andriano and Brendan Kelly were kind of the main players there who went off into the Broadways. Tuesday, Lawrence Arms, Alkaline Trio. Lawrence Arms and Alkaline Trio have come back together to form the Falcon. So you've got Brendan Kelly, you've got Dan Andriano, and you've got Neil Hennessy on drums from Lawrence Arms in this band. But there's also been members from Rise Against in this band over the years. There's been members from Painted Black, The Loved Ones. So Dave Haas was in this band a little bit. Todd, I can't remember his last name, who was in Rise Against. A lot of different people. Derek Grant, also from Alkaline Trio, I think is the current drummer for the Falcon. So yeah, lots of different ingredients there. But we kind of came full circle from Slapstick, where they veered off into their other musical bands and then came back together in the Falcon.
You mentioned David Haas. David Haas is great. Love that guy.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
I also realized I said musical bands, which is maybe one of the dumbest things I've ever said on the channel.
You've said dumber.
Okay, well, good. That's good. That makes me actually feel better. Yeah, there we are. There's the connection.
You turn off your fucking TV and you don't listen to the radio. Well, you're looking really great to me. While you're blasting like a megaphone. You drink the right amount of water and get the protein that you need now. Say in the name of your father, scratch it off all the flesh. That's family on us in the tape. It's all about a stick and run away. That's family on us in the tape. All about a stick and run away. Whoa. There's a billboard down the road now for a new kind of patriot. When it's got a lot of tits and ass, when it's popping like a cherry bomb. We upload our VCRs now, well we only read magazines. We rarely talk to each other. Each other coffee diabetes and chance. Cause we're got it good on. It's going, yeah, it's going. The left bit and it's gone. We've got it going on. It's going, yeah, it's going. The next bit and it's gone. That's not it, yeah, that's in the tape. Fire and stick and going away. That's not it, yeah, that's in the tape. Fire and stick and going away. There's something in the air today. Major worries that they melt away. There's something in the air today. Major worries that they melt away. There's something in the air today. Major worries that they melt away. There's something in the air today. Major worries that they melt away.
Cool. Sorry, my button was not buttoning.
Or a 10.
Tim.
I've never ever heard a song by the Falcon before. I never even knew that it existed until this came up. So I'm gonna start with that and say out of all the songs we've done, as far as like the individual songs, this is probably my favorite out of any of them in the entire family tree. Like it brought aspects of every band, maybe not so much slapstick, except for the members, but every other band in here, you can hear elements of all those bands in there. I'm going to say, as far as just to kind of sum up the family tree, the Broadways are definitely my number one out of any of the bands in the family tree. But now I'm curious, and that might change if I go listen to more of the Falcon, because man, that was great in so many ways. I mean, so many just little parts going off that were fantastic. So I'm gonna go 93. It was really cool.
Wow.
Jesus fork.
Yeah.
Losty. Go for it, man.
I would be very interested to know what you think of the Falcon. I think they have a pretty small output, maybe one. I think it's like one full length and two EPs, or maybe two full lengths and an EP. This is an EP, and I want to say the other stuff they put out doesn't sound quite like this. So yeah, I'd be very interested. Yeah, I enjoy the Falcon. I especially like this EP. Like Tim said, it's this cool amalgamation of all the styles of these guys coming together, and you can really hear it there. So much so that yeah, I just like it. It's very catchy. There's a lot of great vocal stuff going on. I'm sure you heard me singing along for a second on the stream. I made it how long? A year and a half. Everybody else has unmuted and said something or sung on this. I made it this long. I was the last one, the last holdout.
You get a CD.
Yay! Prize for me. Oh man. Yeah, it's a very catchy song. I don't know. I don't have a lot to say about it because it is pretty straightforward. And I think it's also because I've heard it so many fucking times that I like don't know words at this point to say about it. It's good. We were talking like in the family tree of my favorites to probably say Lawrence Arms, but I mean anything that Brendan Kelly does is really good in my book. So Falcon's definitely up there as well, especially this EP. If we're just talking standalone stuff, it's good. I'm gonna go with an 83 for this song in particular.
I found that chorus to be very, very flavorful. In fact, I like the sound of the tune overall. It was really, really good sounding song. Plenty of neat little bass and guitar pieces throughout. I will say, in the moment, that kind of is maybe is as far as my enjoyment would go. I don't know if I would find myself digging into much further than this song here. Maybe not. Tough to say exactly, but yeah, no, it was good. I don't know. I can't even remember what the other 5 songs sound like, quite honestly, at this point. But in this moment, I will say that this was probably my favorite of the 6 that we listened to. Yeah, I'm gonna go with an 80. I liked it.
Yeah, it just blows my mind that all of this came out of slapstick because slapstick feels like such an outlier from every other band in this family tree.
I know, right?
Crazy. So, final score 85.
That was Building the Perfect Asshole Parade or Scratching Off the Fleas by the Falcon. Losty.
Yo.
I sincerely appreciate you bringing this first family tree to us. Thank you so much for putting in that time and effort because
of course
this probably took a little bit of that. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I was happy to do it. I love doing stuff like this. It's a lot of fun for me. So thank you all for indulging me. Appreciate it.
No, this was cool. Very, very, very fucking cool. And I'm sure there's, I don't want to say endless opportunities to do things like this, but there's probably a lot of situations where we could find 5 or 6 songs that we could fucking go down the rabbit hole in.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm already naming bands that were not even in the family tree, saying, "Oh, this guy was in this band here," and yeah, no, you could easily just branch way off. So yeah,
anyways,
it's cool.
Like maybe somehow we can connect the Tragically Hip to the Flatliners.
Get on it, Hood.
We edited that out. Lost
your boots on the ground, man.
Yes. So that was that. I'm gonna say goodbye. I don't know about you guys, but I'm out.
Thanks, everybody.
Good night.
Means
Nobody knows
goodbye.
nobody knows the video's done unless you say good night, Hood.
Good. Nah.